Hi, in this video we're going to represent consecutive odd and even integers. Now, let's suppose we want to find consecutive even numbers. Remember, consecutive just means next to each other. So if I had an even number of, say, 6, how would you find the next even number? Well, you would just add 2, wouldn't you? So you'd add 2 to get the next even number, which is 8. And then if you added 2 again, you get the next even number, which is 10. So these are consecutive even numbers. Now, we previously saw that any even number can be represented as 2 times something. So, for example, if n was a whole number, any whole number, then 2 times n would represent just any general even number. So if n was, say, 3, you'd have 2 times 3, which is 6, which is even. If n was 5, you'd have 2 times 5, which is an even number. So basically, you can represent any even number as 2 times something. So this is any even number. Now, what about consecutive even numbers? We saw that to get the next even number, we add 2. So if we add 2 to this, then we're going to get the next even number. 2n plus 2 is just 2n plus 2. And again, we could add 2 to get the next even number. So that's going to give you 2n plus 4. So these represent consecutive even numbers. And we're going to use that in a later video where we're going to prove some statements to do with consecutive even numbers. Now, it says here we've got 2n plus 2, and we want to find the next consecutive even number. So we just add 2 to that. So we add 2 to that, and that's going to give us the next consecutive even number. So 2m plus 2 plus another 2 is 2m plus 4, because the 2 plus 2 is 4. So the answer here would be 2m plus 4. What about consecutive odd numbers? So if we had some odd number, let's say like 5, how would we get the consecutive odd number? Well, we just add 2 again. So we can add 2 to get the next odd number, which would be 7. If we added 2 again, we get the next odd number, which would be 9, etc. Now, we previously stated that we can represent any odd number we can think of, as one more than an even number. Now, we can represent any even number as, for example, say 2n, where n represents any whole number. 2 times something is always going to be an even number. And then we said an odd number is one more than an even number. So it's going to be 2n plus 1. So that would represent any possible odd number. Now, what would be the consecutive odd number after that? Well, we know that we add 2 to get the next odd number. So we'd have 2n plus 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So the next one would be 2n plus 3. And then we could add 2 again to get the next odd number, which would be 2n plus, 3 plus 2 is 5, so we get like that. Now, specifically here, we're given 2n plus 9. So if we had 2n plus 9, which represents an odd number, then if we add 2 to get to the next odd number, consecutive odd number, 9 plus 2 is 11, so it's going to be 2n plus 11. So that is the answer. It's going to be 2n plus 11.